Welcome to Copilot Podcasts. You know that moment when you hear something so fresh, it makes you question everything you thought you knew about music? That's what we're diving into today. We're exploring Sam Cola's groundbreaking project, Get Toxcola. And trust me, it's about to change how you think about independent rap.
Oh man, you're not overselling it. This project is really something else.
Let's start with the basics. Sam Cola's been making waves in the southern hip-hop scene, but this project feels different, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's fascinating because it's really building on that rich Southern hip-hop tradition. You know, when we look at the history of Southern rap, it's always been about innovation and doing things differently.
Speaking of southern rap history, it's wild to think about how it all started, right? Like in the mid-'80s, when cities across the South were just beginning to catch on to hip-hop.
Exactly. And what's really interesting is how Sam Cola's taking that DIY spirit that defined early Southern hip-hop and giving it a modern twist.
You know what's funny? The name itself, Sam Cola, it almost feels like a nod to that whole southern rap tradition.
Oh yeah, and speaking of names, there's this whole interesting history of cola-themed names in Southern rap, like RP Cola from Houston in the late 80s.
Wait, really? I didn't know about that connection.
Yeah, RP Cola was actually pretty influential in the Houston scene. He was a DJ, producer, and rapper who helped shape that early Southern sound.
That's fascinating. How do you see that influence playing out in Get Toxcola?
Well, if you listen to the production style, there's definitely some of that Houston influence there. That slower, more methodical approach to beats that the South is known for.
And it's interesting how that southern sound has evolved, right? Like from Miami bass to trap music.
Absolutely. And what Sam Cola's doing with Get Toxcola is taking all these different elements of Southern rap history and creating something entirely new.
Let's talk about the production. What stands out to you?
The way he's incorporating those bass-heavy beats that Atlanta's known for, but then mixing it with these really innovative sound designs.
Yeah, it's like he's paying homage while pushing boundaries at the same time.
And that's really what Southern hip-hop has always been about, taking what came before and transforming it into something new.
You know what's really interesting? The way he's distributing this project.
Right, he's taking that independent spirit that defined early Southern rap and applying it to the digital age.
It reminds me of how Southern artists in the 90s had to release their music independently because they couldn't get record deals.
Exactly. But now it's a choice rather than a necessity. It's about maintaining creative control.
And speaking of creative control, let's talk about the themes in Get Toxcola.
What's really striking is how he's addressing modern issues while staying true to that Southern storytelling tradition.
It's like he's building on what artists like Outkast did, right?
Exactly. Outkast brought that unique blend of funk, soul, and hip-hop to the mainstream, and Sam Cola's taking that experimental spirit even further.
And the way he's incorporating different regional styles is pretty impressive.
Yeah, you can hear influences from Atlanta, Houston, and even some Memphis rap elements in there.
It's like a musical map of the South.
And that's what makes Southern hip-hop so special. It's not just one sound, it's a whole spectrum of styles and approaches.
Let's talk about how he's marketing this project. It feels very different from the traditional approach.
He's really embracing that DIY ethos that defined early Southern rap, but with a modern twist.
Right, like how the Ghetto Boys had to build their audience from the ground up.
Exactly. But now it's about building digital communities rather than just local ones.
And the way he's using social media to connect with fans feels very authentic.
It's that same direct-to-fan approach that Southern artists pioneered, just updated for the digital age.
Do you think this project could influence other artists in the scene?
I think it already is. The way he's blending traditional Southern elements with modern production is really setting a new standard.
And it's interesting how he's maintaining that independent spirit while still reaching a wide audience.
That's the beauty of the modern music landscape. You can stay true to your vision and still find your audience.
Let's talk about the actual sound of Get Toxcola. What elements really stand out to you?
The way he's incorporating those heavy bass lines that Atlanta's known for, but then adding these really innovative sound designs on top.
Yeah, it's like he's taking that foundation and building something completely new.
And that's really what Southern hip-hop has always been about. Innovation while respecting tradition.
Speaking of tradition, can we talk about how he's carrying forward that Southern storytelling legacy?
Oh yeah, you can definitely hear echoes of artists like Scarface in his narrative approach.
But he's telling modern stories, right?
Exactly. He's addressing contemporary issues while maintaining that rich storytelling tradition that Southern rap is known for.
And the production quality is really impressive for an independent project.
That's another way the game has changed. You don't need a major label anymore to create professional quality music.
Do you think that's changing the power dynamics in the industry?
Absolutely. Artists like Sam Cola are showing that you can maintain creative control and still reach your audience.
It's really democratizing the whole process, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's something that would have seemed impossible back in the early days of Southern rap.
Let's talk about the future. Where do you see this sound going?
I think we're going to see more artists following Sam Cola's lead, blending traditional elements with modern innovation.
And maintaining that independent spirit while doing it.
Exactly. It's about carrying forward that DIY ethos that made Southern hip-hop what it is today.
Well, as we wrap up, what's the big takeaway from Get Cola?
I think it's that you can honor your influences while still pushing boundaries and creating something entirely new.
And doing it all on your own terms.
That's what makes it so exciting. It's showing a whole new generation what's possible.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode of Copilot Podcasts. Sam Cola's Get Cola is more than just a project. It's a blueprint for the future of independent Southern hip-hop.
And just like those early Southern pioneers, he's showing that you don't need anyone's permission to make your mark on the culture.
Thanks for joining us, and remember, sometimes the most toxic thing you can do is play by someone else's rules.